Hello dear programmer, I welcome you all in the lecture series of Fundamentals of Data Structure. In last session we started with the advanced concept like sorting. Yes, we are going to implement few different applications which may require sorting techniques. So in last session we have seen what are the different sorting techniques and what are the basic sort concepts. So sorting is one of the most common data processing application. It is the process through which the data are arranged according to their values. We have seen that there are different sort concepts. Like a sorting technique can be either internal sort or external sort. We have seen there are sort orders like ascending and descending order. Sort stability is the attribute of the sort indicating that the data with equal keys are maintained their relative order in the output. Sort efficiency indicates the relative efficiency of our sorting, which also estimate the number of comparisons and the moves are required to order an unordered list. Also, we have seen a pass. Yes, a pass means each traversal of data is referred a pass. Depending upon the algorithm, sort pass may traverse the whole list or just a selection of the list. So let us start with all these basic concepts to learn our new sorting techniques. Is the bubble sort. At the end of this today's session, I expect my student will be able to understand what is bubble sort, how does bubble sort works. They can be able to solve the example based on the bubble sorting. These are the reference book we are going to refer for our concept bubble sort. As we have seen, there are different sorting techniques like bubble, selection, insertion, quick, merge, shell sort and heap sort. Let me start with the bubble sort. The logic behind the bubble sort is that if we are having the list of values, then repeatedly we are comparing the neighboring elements. And if they are not in the proper order, then we are swapping their positions. Means what we are doing? We are scanning the list and we are exchanging the adjacent elements if they are not in relative order. Means we are identifying the highest order. In short, we are bubbles the highest value to the top. Again, we are scanning the list and again finding out the next second highest value, and this step will be repeated until all elements have been placed in their proper order. This sorting techniques starts with our first element and it will end till the last element. So, what is the logic? The logic is we are bubbling out the largest value to the end using pairwise comparison and doing the swapping. So, we are comparing the successor element means we are comparing element a of g with a of j plus 1, and if a of g is greater than a of j plus 1, then we are swapping in a such a way that we are bubbling out the largest element. So in each pass we are comparing element with successor and interchanging the two elements as per the requirement. If we are having such a large array, right? So during each iterations, we are identifying that it moves the greatest element to its appropriate place. Means we are finding out which one is the largest element and which is kept in the back part. So every element in the back part is greater than or equal to every element in the front part. So let me start with how does the bubble sort works. If we are having the elements are 77, 22, 88, 55 and 44, then bubble sort width starts with comparing adjacent element. So 77 and 22 is compared. We identified 77 is greater. That's why it is swapped with 22. Next part, 77 and 82s are compared. We identified that 77 and 88 are in a proper place. That's why no need to swap. In the next part, we are going to see that 55 and 88 are swapped. So we are identifying that 88 is the largest element and which is placed in its appropriate place. Means we can say that the first largest element is correctly placed at its proper place. Means first largest element is bubbled out. Now, second pass. In the second pass, what we are getting it? Again compare with first two elements. 22 and 77 are compared. We identified 77 as its correct place. That's why no need to do swapping. In the next iteration, 77 and 55 are compared. We identified that 77 is greater than 55. That's why do the swapping. In the next iteration, 77 and 45, here we are identifying they are need to be swapped. So if you see that the second largest element is bubbles out and which is placed at correct place. So you might understand that here we are having the front end where elements are not in sorted way, but in the back end that elements are in sorted way. In the next iteration we are comparing 2255, no need to swap, then 5544, we need to swap, then we come to know that the third largest element is kept at proper place. And in next iteration, 22 and 44 are swapped and we are identifying that 44, no need to swap. So the fourth largest element is kept at proper place. So like this fashion, the bubble sort is working. So here we are having total n minus 1 passes. As here are total 5 elements, means the value of n is 5. So required n minus 1 pass. Take another example. Assume that we are having that A as an array which consists of these numbers. So what we'll do? We start with the pass 1. So what is in the pass 1? In the pass 1 we are comparing first two adjacent element, next to adjacent element, next to adjacent element, like that fashion till the end of the list. And we identified that a largest element among all these one will be put it in its appropriate place. Let me start with pass 1. In the past one, A of G means A of 0 and A of 1 is compared. So we are identifying that A of 0 with 25 and 57. So not need to interchange. In the next case, we have increased the value of our counter. Now the counter is points to 1. So A of 1 and A of 2 are compared. So 57 is greater than 48. That's why we need to interchange them. Then 55 means A of 2 and A of 3 are compared. So we are identifying 57 is greater than 37. That's why we need to interchange. Then A of 3 and A of 4 are compared. That's why we need to do the change. Interchange their positions. Then 57 and 92 are going to be compared. Then we are identifying 57 is not greater than 92. That's why we not need to do the interchange. So 92 and 86 means A of 5 and A of 6 are compared. Then we are identifying 92 is greater than 86 means A of 5 is greater than 86. So we need to interchange. Again 92 and 33 are compared. So we have identified that A of 6 is greater than A of 7. So we need to interchange. So have you observed that we are doing in place algorithm? We are not using any external variables or any external storage space. That's why we are calling bubble sort is a in-place sorting technique. And 92, 33 are being interchanged. So we are getting after pass 1, the output is the first largest element is bubbles out in its proper place. Then we need to start with second pass. Let me start with second pass. In the second pass, what is the output of pass 1 that is going to be compared? Now, here we are comparing with 25, 48, then this 2, then this 2, then this 2, then this 2, and then this 2. So, we are not comparing with this 91 because it is placed at its proper place. So, let me start with the pass 2. As 92 in its proper place, so we are not considering it. So, 25 and 45, 48 are compared. No need to swap. Then 48 37s are compared. We need to swap. Then 48 12 are compared. We need to swap. 48 57s are compared. No need to swap. 57 and 86 are compared. No need to swap. And then 86 and 33 are compared. Then we need to swap. And after pass 2, we are getting second largest element is placed at its proper place. Now, still few elements are left. That's why we are going for next pass, that is pass 3. So, how many elements are here? Here, total 7 elements are there. That's why the total number of passes are required. Here are total 8 elements. Therefore, total passes are required 7. In pass 3, we are getting 57 element at its proper place. This is the output of pass 4. This is the output of pass 5. This is the output of pass 6 and output of pass 7. Means we are getting that total number of passes are n minus 1. Okay, so as here total number of elements are 8 and number of passes are 7. Let me see how does the bubble sort works. So if you have observed that here we are started with total n minus 1 passes, means if there are n elements, so that's why the passes are n minus 1. That's why we are starting with the first for loop, which indicates that there are total n minus 1 passes. Okay, and J is keeping the trace of for the comparing adjacent elements. Okay, as the when I is 1 or sorry when I is 0, then the first element in its proper place. That's why we are not comparing the last element every time, right? So if you might observe here, we are not comparing that 92 in second pass, 86 in the third pass, and now we are getting that after third pass 57 in its proper place. So fourth pass will be work on these elements only. Okay, that is the reason that we are using the inner for loop is j is less than n minus 1 minus I. Then j is keeping the trace of adjacent element. If a of 0 is greater than a of 1, then we need to do the swapping. Otherwise, we are not swapping. So this is the logic of bubble sort. So outer for loop controls the number of passes. Inner for loops keep the check of individual elements. If elements are out of order, then we are interchanging them. And this is the way how does bubble sort works. So dear student, I expect you kindly pause the video and try to solve this example. Identify that how many passes are required to sort this given array by using bubble sort. Dear student, I expect you might have solved that example. Let me see what is the answer. We know that for the bubble sort, there are n minus 1 passes are required. So here are total 12 elements. That's why the number of passes are 11. So in bubble sort, we required number of passes are n minus 1. And bubble sort is called as in-place sorting technique. So, if we think about the sorting complexity, so if you have observed in pass 1, there are n minus 1 comparison. In pass 2, means in second pass, there are n minus 2 comparisons. So, if you have identified and we added them, then we get that there are total complexity is big O of n square. And the space complexity is big O of, it requires only a single additional memory space, that is temp variable, for swapping. So let's conclude the bubble sort. Bubble sort is a very simple sorting technique where we are comparing each successor element, and if we require, we are doing swapping. So we have identified that in the previous list all unsorted elements are there and sorted elements are kept there. There are total n minus 1 passes are required, and the worst case time complexity is big O of n square. Best case means all elements are already sorted, and average case is big O of n square. So these are the reference book we have been referred. Thank you. Happy learning.